let's recap just a little bit. We've been putting off a pretty major project for the past 8 years.
There's been one major structural flaw in our boat since those very early days. It's those dimples that we have in the side of the hull. All this heavy weather sailing we've been doing and crossing the North Atlantic and going up above the Arctic Circle in the snow, in the cold, and all the sailing that we've been doing have over the years made them a little bit bigger. If we have to pay somebody to do all that work on our boat, it's just not going to be worth it. But so far, every yard we've visited has said no. As in, we're not allowed to do the work on our boat by ourselves. We don't know what to do. So I think we have a bit of a solution. And this morning, I'm motoring around the corner to a different marina. And yeah, we're starting to make a plan.
Dan just left the dock and he is going to bring Uma over to the marina, which is just across the bay. And I'm going to bring the car over there and meet him there, because we rented a car for about a week so that we can go talk to the marinas and talk to shipyards and get some quotes about this project. But one of us needs to bring the car. So yeah, I'm gonna drive and Dan's gonna drive the boat.
I think I'm gonna beat you there though, because like I'm more than halfway there already.
Yeah, I just got to the car. I'm about to leave and meet you there. I'll be there in like 10 minutes maybe.
Alright, I will be motoring around in circles then.
Or maybe try to call the marina and see if they can like get you to dock.
Yeah, but then you can't film it, can you?
Ah, you got a point there. Alright, I'll won't speed, but I'll meet you there.
Alright, just walkie-talkie me when you're ready. I also just want to take a second and say that in Puerto Crista we got a new software update for our Ocean Volt, and it switched it from like sensing RPM to sensing torque. Anyway, it's a bit over my head, but it means that before, when we were motoring at 1.2 kilowatts, we were only able to go 2.5 to 2.7 knots, maybe 2.8, and now with the new software update at 1.2 kilowatts we can motor at 3.6, 3.7 knots. So that's really, really cool. It's almost 4 knots for almost next to no power at all. I see Kika running. She was trying to get footage of me, now she has to run all the way around the dock. Yeah, well I need to put a stern line on first.
Oh, he's gonna like, nice. And then you can just copy this
Alright, cool. Alright, perfect.
So now that we're at the marina, let's recap just a little bit. We've been putting off a pretty major project for the past 8 years, and we know what the problem is. We know how to fix it. But the main question was, is it worth doing this project on a 50-year-old boat? Especially if we can't do the work ourselves. And so while all the shipyards that we contacted, they would not let us do the work by ourselves, we found one marina that is allowing us to do all the interior work and all the small deck projects at the dock on our own, which means that it leaves only the big exterior stuff to do at the shipyards. And we don't have quotes back yet from those shipyards, but it means that this whole thing is starting to feel like it's possible. So today, the first thing that we need to do is removing everything out from the boat. And I mean absolutely everything. My doors are coming off too. How long ago did I make these?
8 years, man.
8 years. Ugh. Never thought that I'd take this off, you know? We built it so well. Oh, this is where my wash band went. Closet is out. Ooh, it's dirty in there. Part of removing everything from our boat is also removing our wood. And the problem with this particular storage space is that our chain plate has been leaking. And this wood has been in this cabinet since Norway. And over time, it's gotten wet. And when wood gets wet, especially those like compact wood, kind of grows. So it's gonna be a challenge to take it out without removing the entire stove.
Storing wood on our boat generally works okay. We put it in plastic bags and for the most part it's fine, but if it does start to get too humid, it's just not good how much it expands. And it creates a mess, and now it's useless because it's wet. So long-term storage, real firewood, actual cut pieces of wood, although it's not as energy dense, definitely stores a lot better on a boat. This is a messy process.
Ugh. Hello, mama.
How's that going? It's like grown into the boat. That looks entertaining. You got it? Oh yeah. Upgrading.
New tactics. My hands need a break. Yes, the last chunk. Oh, can you imagine this whole bag? Like all of this was in here.
Nice.
Nice.
Next.
Next.
The next one on the list is going to be removing everything out of the cockpit lockers. And there's a lot of stuff in the cockpit lockers.
You guys kept wondering how much we can store in our cockpit lockers, and it's a lot. And I think the only time that we've ever had the cockpit lockers completely empty was when we were moving into the boat. And aside from that, we've just been accumulating things, I think, over the last 8 years. So I'm actually very curious to know how much we have in there, because we have huge cockpit lockers.
Oh, Mama.
All right, let's do this.
Well, one locker down. Starboard locker is now empty, including the hurricane anchor. Yes, we still carry a hurricane anchor. We've only ever used it once in Haiti to weather out Hurricane Matthew, but we still do carry it because you just never know when you need a portable mooring ball. Now to the port locker, which has the outboard in it.
Yeah,
feel like that'd be a good idea.
Is that it?
Just the hurricane road now. I'm just debating how I want to get that out of here. This is our hurricane road, which attaches to our hurricane anchor. But I think we've come up with a better system now. So we're probably going to be replacing this half of our hurricane anchor. We're keeping that giant mantis. But this we can do better. We'll get into that later. That's coming out. They're holding up okay for a non-marine grade plywood. I think our boat went up 10 centimeters. I think this car went down 10 centimeters. What's this? Load number?
Oh, I don't even know. 5 at this point? Okay. I think we're good. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm walking because
There's no space for 2.
the front seat is full of stuff. Well, we have spent the last few days taking all of our personal stuff off the boat. And the only thing left on board now are cushions, mattress, and tools and materials and stuff we're probably going to use for this renovation. So Kika's taking the cushions out. The ones we built in Guatemala, those are getting trashed because we're going to be building new cushions while we're here. And mattresses coming out as well. And then we need to pickle the water maker because we're taking our water tanks out, so it's not going to be able to do freshwater flushes for the next couple of weeks. And then all of this is coming out, except maybe the galley. The galley's not coming out. We like the galley, but everything else is getting ripped out.
Goodbye, nasty Guatemala cushions. I can go up there and help you fold. That's kind of how I used to do. All right. Okay.
Making you climb into that side.
Yeah, because it's smaller.
Because we do have to I do remember we have to fold this in half.
Just push.
It's so moldy. All of this.
Oh no.
It's just this mattress has survived a lot. We've had it for 8 years. But it is disgusting and it is time for a new one. You could just cut it in half.
Oh, you totally could. We can tie it with a rope. There we go.
Nice. Can you believe all of this was stored underneath our V-berth mattress? There's stuff in here that like I don't even remember storing from projects that I don't even remember doing. We still have like wind turbine stuff. We've got like, you know, a couple 100 feet of RJ45 or Ethernet, whatever this is. A bunch of electrical, a bunch of plumbing. We still have, this is what I'm curious about. This is some of the original Kiwi grip. Still sounds good. That we put on our boat. We saved it in case we had to do touch-ups, but then we wintered in Norway. This stuff doesn't take well to freezing, but it was below the waterline, so technically it probably never froze.
We'll just have to open it up and find out.
Open it up and find out. Yeah. And then we got jigsaw, circular saw. We've got wood tools, and we've got tape. I have a whole box. Oh, we've got original tiles from the backsplash in case we needed to like repair something. We've got like a whole box of tape. Look at this. Double-sided tape and self-adhesive tape and all sorts of good things. Packing tape. We've got fiberglass in there. And the water boiler still in there too. I haven't taken that out yet. No, the plumbing stuff. We've got electrical cable for days. It's kind of ridiculous. Spares to spares to spares. Multiple spare pumps, spare bilge pumps. About 30 extra filters for the water maker so we can survive the apocalypse and still have clean water. So why we're taking everything out of the V-berth? Well, multiple reasons, but one is to reinforce some of the structure underneath it, like this little cross piece that's not attached to anything anymore. That kind of helps keep our hull stable. It looks like it was repaired once previously, wasn't by us. And whatever they used for fiberglass never actually cured. It's like still very soft and squishy. So we're gonna have to be grinding and chopping and mucking about in here. And this main bulkhead here too needs to be reinforced as well. And like a glass, we'll probably leave this in. This seems fine. But I'll glass underneath it as well so it's more stiff.
So ever since we had this boat, we've disliked the way that these closets are designed. I mean, it's built into the boat and we absolutely hate them because there's such waste of space. You can't access clothes easily or anything from in there easily. And the openings are so tiny. It's just a very inefficient way to store anything. So since we are replacing the mattress, we figured it'd be a really good idea and a great opportunity to just redesign everything. We're about to rip everything from the liner where the lining curves here down. We're gonna rip up the insulating foam that we had and we're going to rebuild everything properly. So today is demo. I'm excited. Alrighty.
Who installed this stuff? This might be the most annoying part of the whole project, is removing all this foam. But like, look how thin our hull is. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
push it.
Yeah, don't push it too
I'm gonna when we build this in, I'm gonna reinforce that, and then this shelf is actually gonna have reinforcing, and this is gonna have reinforcing. So it's all gonna be like significantly stronger when we put it back in. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna like the section that I build out here, right? Whatever sort of that comes up is gonna have a reinforcing that goes this way.
Yeah.
And then I'll have like a shelf that goes this way, and we'll probably put like another little stringer that way. And then this will be better glass. We do cut this out. The reason not to, it's just plywood. Like, if we have to reglass this connection anyway to make it stronger, why not just cut all this out too? And then we're not stuck with these stupid little hatches either. We can have like, you know, some
Proper
like
hatches.
proper. It's just plywood. There's no reason to leave this at all. There's no reason to leave any of it. Like that little shitty piece that I have to reglass in is like this far from the hull. So I'll have to like fill that full of foam and then glass it in. It'd be easier to rip it out and do a better one, proper one.
So, yeah, I mean, if we're redoing all this, yeah, might as well remove this.
Yeah, it doesn't make. I mean, and I have to reglass this one and I have to reglass that one anyway. And this one's like half falling apart and dumb. So I may as well just like get rid of it entirely. Maybe mount the hot water tank up here or something. So
And
it's
just
not
get another piece of plywood.
Yeah, it's just plywood. Plywood's
yeah.
cheap.
And then paint it and cut it and...
Plywood's cheap. Anxiety around your boat falling apart. You can't put a price on that.
That's not so cheap.
Not so cheap. Well, yeah. And then we'll leave this because I already glassed in from the backside, and I'll just clean this up and like glass this bulkhead in.
If we're removing everything,
Because like I have to remove this
we can
anyway.
redo
Yeah, I'll
how
redo
this
that,
space
and I'll
is.
redo that.
Yeah, if we can put a proper like storage system in there too, because we'll know that underneath the storage is solid.
Yeah, because like all this needs to come out. This is all shit. Like it's all glass. Look, it never cured.
Jesus. It's still wet. Yeah, it's still like...
Like it never cured, so it never got. And it glassed on top of paint. Like, so it only stuck to like the paint. It's just plywood.